Beloved, hear these words and let them settle deep within your weary soul. You are not defined by what you have not yet accomplished. You are not measured by the stumbling of your feet or the trembling of your hands when fear whispers that you are insufficient. The voice that tells you that you are not enough, it is a liar. It speaks from shadows, not from truth. It speaks from comparison, not from the eternal measure of your worth. Before you were formed, before breath entered your lungs, before your first step or your first mistake, you were already precious, already valuable, already worthy of love that does not depend on your performance. Hear this truth as though it were spoken directly to the deepest part of you. Your worth is not a reward to be earned. It is a gift already given. In the book of ancient wisdom, it is written, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." Not, "You will be wonderful when you succeed." Not, "You are wonderful if you perform correctly." You are, present tense, already complete in your fundamental worth. The world has taught you a false equation. It has whispered that your value equals your productivity, or that your significance is measured in accomplishments, that love must be earned through flawless execution. But this is not the way of truth. Consider the lilies of the field. They do not strive. They do not force themselves into beauty. They do not measure their worth against the lily beside them. Yet they are clothed in glory. They exist, and in their existence they are enough. You, beloved, are infinitely more valuable than flowers. The sparrow does not question its right to sing. The stars do not doubt their place in the heavens. The ocean does not apologize for its depth. And you do not need to justify your existence with achievements. When you look in the mirror and see only what you perceive as failure, remember this: the one who created you does not keep a ledger of your mistakes. There is no cosmic scoreboard where your worth decreases with every stumble. The psalmist wrote, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Notice, it does not say the Lord is close to those who never fail. It does not say the Lord saves those who have earned it through perfect performance. He draws near to the broken, to the crushed, to those who feel they are not enough. This means your feelings of inadequacy, your sense of falling short, these do not disqualify you from love. They qualify you for compassion. There is a place of refuge for the weary soul. There is shelter for the one who feels they have failed too many times. It is not a place you earn through success. It is a place you enter through honesty about your need. "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened," the ancient teaching says, "and I will give you rest." Not, "Come to me when you've figured it all out." Not, "Come to me when you're finally successful enough." Come as you are, weary, burdened, feeling like a failure. Your exhaustion from trying to be enough is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you were never meant to carry the weight of proving your worth. That burden was never yours to bear. You were not created to spend your days in constant self-judgment, measuring yourself against impossible standards. You were not designed to live under the tyranny of perfectionism, where every mistake feels like evidence of your inadequacy. The sacred writings remind us, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. Your anxieties about not being enough, your fears about falling short, these are burdens you can release. They are weights you were never meant to carry alone. The foundation of your value was laid before you did anything right or wrong. It exists independently of your achievements. It remains steady when everything else shakes. In the sacred text, we are reminded, though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love for you will not be shaken Your worth is like this, unshakable, not because you are perfect, but because your value is rooted in something deeper than performance. Think of a newborn child. That child has accomplished nothing, has produced nothing, has proven nothing. Yet that child is infinitely precious, infinitely valuable, infinitely worthy of love and care and protection. This is the nature of inherent worth. It exists before achievement. It stands independent of productivity. And you, beloved, still carry this same inherent worth. It has not diminished because you have grown older. It has not decreased because you have made mistakes. It has not vanished because you have failed to meet certain expectations. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Your time, your season, your journey. It is all unfolding as it should, even when it feels like failure. The anchor holds. The foundation stands. Your worth remains constant and sure, regardless of the storms that rage around you or within you. You may have heard voices, perhaps from your past, perhaps from others, perhaps from the critic within, that have told you that you must earn your place in this world, that you must justify your existence through accomplishment, that love is a transaction and you must pay for it with success. These voices are wrong. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Notice the tense. Not I will love you when you prove yourself. Not I loved you before you messed up. I have loved you, present perfect. A love that began before time and continues through every moment of your existence. This love is not fragile. It does not crack when you fail. It does not diminish when you fall short. It does not evaporate when you make mistakes. It is everlasting. It is unfailing. It is yours. When the weight of feeling like a failure becomes too heavy, remember, you are allowed to put it down. This weight was never yours to carry. It is a burden that the world placed on your shoulders, but it is not the truth of who you are. Now, beloved, let us speak of the path forward, not a path of striving, but a path of understanding. If you have believed that your worth must be earned, then release this belief like a stone you have carried too long. Set it down. It was never the truth. If you have measured yourself against others and found yourself lacking, understand this. Comparison is not the measure of worth. Every soul has a different journey, a different timeline, a different collection of gifts and challenges. The ancient wisdom teaches, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renew your mind with this truth. You are not in competition with anyone for your fundamental worth. There is no scarcity of value. Another person's success does not diminish yours. Another person's gifts do not cancel yours. When the voice of self-doubt speaks, when it catalogues your failures and inadequacies, respond not with argument, but with truth. Say this, I am learning, I am growing, I am human, and my humanity does not disqualify me from love. The path of wisdom understands that failure is not the opposite of worth. It is part of the journey of growth. Consider this perspective. Every person you admire, every person you believe has made it, has failed countless times. The difference is not that they never fell. The difference is that they did not allow their falls to define their fundamental worth. Proverbs teaches, though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Notice it does not say the righteous never fall. It acknowledges the falling. What makes them righteous is not the absence of failure, but the rising again. And what allows them to rise? The knowledge that falling does not equal worthlessness. If you have made mistakes, if you have stumbled, if you have fallen short of your own expectations or the expectations of others. This is the path of every human being who has ever lived. Mistakes do not make you a failure. They make you a learner. The question is not, have I failed? The question is, will I allow my failures to teach me compassion for myself and others? In the teachings of old, we find this instruction. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other. But how can you extend true kindness to others if you show no kindness to yourself? How can you forgive others if you refuse to forgive yourself for being human? The path forward requires this. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would show to a beloved friend. If a friend came to you, exhausted and feeling like a failure, would you agree with their harsh self-judgment? Would you catalog their mistakes and confirm their worthlessness? No. You would speak truth. You would remind them of their worth. You would point to their efforts, their growth, their courage in continuing, despite difficulty. Do this for yourself. When you fall, speak to yourself as you would speak to someone you deeply love, with gentleness, with understanding, with recognition of the effort, even when the outcome falls short. The scripture says, "Love your neighbor as yourself." This implies that self-love is not selfish. It is the foundation for loving others well. If you have been running on empty, trying to prove your worth through endless productivity, understand this. Rest is not laziness. Rest is wisdom. Even in the creation story, there is a day of rest built into the rhythm of existence. Rest is sacred. It is not something you earn after you've done enough. It is a fundamental need of your being. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. Your worth is not increased by burning yourself out. Your value is not proven by exhaustion. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to say no, say no. If you need to release the burden of others' expectations, release it. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to have limits. You are allowed to be a work in progress. The path of wisdom recognizes that growth happens not through self-condemnation, but through patient, compassionate cultivation. A gardener does not berate the seed for not being a tree. The gardener plants, waters, and waits with patience, knowing that growth happens in seasons. You are in a season. Whatever you are experiencing now, struggle, learning, growing pains, this is a season, not your final destination. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Your current season does not define your entire story. If you are in a season of failure, it is a season of learning. If you are in a season of struggle, it is a season of strengthening. If you are in a season of doubt, it is a season of discovering deeper truth. Do not despise the season you are in. It is teaching you something you need to know. The oak tree does not grow to its full height in a single summer. The diamond is not formed overnight. The river carves the canyon slowly over centuries. Your transformation, your growth, your becoming, these things take time. And time spent growing is not time wasted, even when the growth is painful, even when it looks like failure from the outside. The wisdom literature teaches, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. When you cannot see your own worth, when your understanding of yourself is clouded by failure and disappointment, trust in a deeper knowing that your worth is established, unshakable, already complete. Your productivity does not determine your value. Your productivity is simply what you do. Your value is who you are. Who you are is this: a being worthy of love, worthy of compassion, worthy of grace. not because of what you achieve, but because of the fundamental truth of your existence. Walk this path. Let go of the need to prove yourself. Release the burden of earning your worth. Accept the gift of your inherent value. This does not mean you stop growing or trying. It means you grow from a foundation of worth, not toward it. You do not work to become valuable. You work because you are valuable, and your value is expressed through your unique contribution to the world. But that contribution is a gift you give, not a payment you owe. There is a difference between striving from emptiness and creating from fullness. When you strive to prove your worth, every setback feels like evidence of your inadequacy. When you create from a place of already knowing your worth, setbacks become simply information, opportunities to learn and adjust. The path forward invites you to shift from proving to expressing. Not I must succeed to be worthy, but I am worthy, and therefore I can risk failure in pursuit of growth. This is freedom. This is the path of peace. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Acknowledge the truth of your inherent worth, and watch how it straightens the crooked paths of self-doubt and shame. When you stumble on this path, and you will stumble because you are human, remember that stumbling is not the same as failing. Stumbling is part of walking. It is part of the journey. The righteous fall 7 times and rise again, not because they are perfect, because they understand that falling does not define them. Neither does it define you. Walk gently with yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Treat yourself with the same tender mercy you would offer to a child learning to walk, celebrating every step, offering comfort with every fall, never condemning the process of learning. You are learning. Every day, in every way, you are learning. And learning requires the freedom to fail without fear of losing your worth. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. For he knows how we are. Formed, he remembers that we are dust. You are dust, fragile, finite, prone to breaking. And this is not a flaw in your design. This is your design. Your limitations are not evidence of failure. They are evidence of humanity. And your humanity is not something to overcome. It is something to embrace, to honor, to treat with compassion. And now, beloved, receive this promise, not as distant hope, but as present reality. You are loved beyond measure, not the future you, not the version of you that has accomplished everything on your list. You, right now, in this moment, with all your imperfections and unfinished business. The ancient song declares, "The Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing." Hear this. There is rejoicing over you. Not over what you might become, over you as you are. Right now, in this very moment, with all your flaws and failures and feelings of inadequacy, you are rejoiced over. You are delighted in. You are loved. This is the promise that stands when everything else falls away. Your worth is secure. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate you from the love of God. Nothing can separate you from your fundamental worth. Not your failures, not your mistakes, not your imperfections, not your struggles with self-doubt. Your worth is woven into the fabric of your being. It cannot be earned, and it cannot be lost. When you feel like you are not enough, remember this promise. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Your weakness does not disqualify you. Your insufficiency does not diminish you. It is in the honest acknowledgement of your need that you find true strength. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be flawless. You do not have to be perpetually productive. You simply have to be human, and that is enough. The promise continues. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Your weariness is not a flaw. Your exhaustion is not evidence of failure. It is simply a signal that you need care, rest, replenishment. Receive this care, not as something you must earn, but as something freely given. Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters, and you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without cost. The sustenance you need for your soul is not purchased with achievement. It is given freely. You are invited to receive, not to earn. This is grace, unmerited favor, unearned love, worth that is given, not achieved. The psalmist wrote, "He restores my soul. He guides me along the right paths." Notice the promise. Restoration, not condemnation, not rejection because of failure. Restoration, whatever has been depleted in you, your confidence, your sense of worth, your belief in yourself, it can be restored. The promise stands, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. What has been lost to self-doubt, to harsh self-judgment, to the weight of feeling insufficient, it can be restored. Time is not wasted. Struggle is not meaningless. Even your failures have shaped you into someone capable of deeper wisdom and greater compassion. Nothing is wasted in the economy of grace. Every tear you have cried over feeling inadequate, every night you have lain awake questioning your worth, every moment of self-doubt, none of it is wasted. It is all being gathered, transformed, redeemed. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. All things, even your failures, even your struggles, even your seasons of feeling inadequate, all things are being woven together into a story of growth, of learning, of becoming. The promise assures, He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. You are not finished. You are not a final product to be judged. You are a work in progress, and the one who began the work is faithful to complete it. This means you can release the pressure of being perfect right now. You can exhale. You can rest in the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be in your journey. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. The world gives conditional peace. You can have peace when you've achieved enough. You can rest when you've proven yourself. You can feel worthy when you're perfect. But this promise offers different peace. Peace not based on performance. Peace not dependent on achievement. Peace that exists even in the middle of imperfection. This peace is your birthright, not your reward. Receive it now, in this moment, regardless of what you have or haven't accomplished today. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. This blessing is not for the perfect. It is not for those who have earned it. It is for you. Imperfect, struggling, human you. The face of divine love turns toward you with grace, not with disappointment, not with judgment, with grace. You are seen, you are known, and you are loved, not for what you do, for who you are. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that is what we are. Lavished, not measured out carefully according to merit. Lavished, poured out abundantly, given without reservation. This is the nature of your worth. This is the foundation of your value. You are not a failure. You are a beloved child of the universe, learning and growing and becoming. Your mistakes do not define you. Your productivity does not measure you. Your worth is inherent, unshakable, eternally secure. Rest in this truth. Let it sink deep into your weary soul. Let it quiet the voices of self-doubt. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Naught will be made wonderful when I achieve enough. Naught was made wonderful, but ruined it with my failures. You are, present tense, wonderfully made, and this truth stands forever. Before you took your first breath, you were known. Before you achieved your first success or experienced your first failure, you were loved. This love is not a response to your performance. It is the foundation of your existence. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures through all generations. The Lord is trustworthy in all he promises, and faithful in all he does. What has been promised to you, your inherent worth, your belovedness, your place in this world, these promises are trustworthy. You can build your life on this foundation. You are worthy of love. You are deserving of compassion. You are valuable beyond measure, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Let this truth be the bedrock beneath your feet. Let it be the anchor in the storm of self-doubt. Let it be the light that guides you home to yourself. You are not a failure. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not measured by your productivity. You are a miracle of existence, worthy of love, capable of growth, deserving of grace. And nothing can change that truth. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. No condemnation. Only love, only grace, only the invitation to see yourself as you are truly seen, precious, valuable, enough. The harshest judge you will ever face is yourself. And today, you are invited to lay down the gavel, to release the need to condemn yourself for being human. You are invited to exchange condemnation for compassion, to trade self-judgment for self-acceptance, to replace the voice of shame with the voice of grace. This is the promise. You are accepted. You are welcomed. You are home, not when you achieve more, not when you fix all your flaws, not when you finally become the version of yourself you think you should be. Now, today, in this moment, you are accepted. Beloved, go forth with this truth in your heart. You are not a failure. You are a beloved child of the universe, worthy of all the love and grace and compassion you have been seeking. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. This is the promise. This is the truth. This is your inheritance. Receive it. Rest in it. Let it transform how you see yourself. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step does not have to be perfect. It simply has to be taken. You have already taken so many steps. You have already come so far. Even when it feels like you are standing still, you are growing. Even when it feels like you are going backward, you are learning. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. And know this with absolute certainty. Your worth does not depend on reaching the destination. Your worth exists in every step of the journey. You are not a failure for being on the path. You are courageous for continuing to walk it. You are not inadequate for having struggles. You are human for facing them. You are not worthless for making mistakes. You are a learner for growing through them. You are not a failure. You are beloved. And that is enough. That has always been enough. That will always be enough. Let this truth settle into your bones. Let it become the foundation upon which you build your life. Let it be the lens through which you see yourself. You are not a failure. You are a masterpiece in progress, a story still being written, a soul still becoming. And in this moment, in this breath, in this heartbeat, you are enough. Amen. Peace be with your heart.